Hello and welcome to Slay the Spire. The purpose of this video is for players who've never played the game to see how it looks to start the game fresh, work your way up through Act 1 and then beat the boss. I've done this one time already, so this is going to be a second run through. We'll get different cards, we'll get different relics, we'll choose a different route, and this will, again, give you an idea of how to go about choosing your route, choosing your cards, and how to fight some of the enemies. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I can only choose the Ironclad character. Ironclad character, its special ability is that it heals 6 hit points at the end of each combat, so we're going to be using that a lot to help us navigate through this first act. So, I do have a beginning video for just kind of general terms and some general information, so we're not going to talk about how to play the game. Instead, we're going to look here to find the best route. For beginning players, I highly advise that you look for as many campfires as you can without fighting elites. As I always mention, once you get comfortable playing the game, you want to fight the elites because they give you the most bang for your buck, so they're good. But for now, until you learn how to play, we want to look for campfires, no elites, and maybe a merchant. So let's see here. We go that way, that'll give us a campfire, a merchant, 2 campfires, 3 campfires. I only see one way to go. So we're going to get 3 campfires and no elites and 1 merchant. So then we're going to go ahead and select this one. I don't want to do a merchant right off the bat. We don't have very much money. So instead we will select this guy here. And let's get started. So we've got these 2 enemies. Neither of them are attacking, so we do not need to defend at all. And as you can, their ability is to curl up, which means they put shields on the first time you fight them. Let's go ahead and bash this guy here, and we'll strike this guy here. So now they both can be killed next turn, possibly. I'll get 3 strikes. So I got weakened for 2, so I won't be able to kill them this turn, both of them, because my strikes only do 4 points of damage due to being weakened, which means I do 25% less damage. So we'll go ahead and we will kill. Actually, I will be able to kill him because I used bash, which made him vulnerable, which means he took 50% more damage. That was nice and quick. Okay, 20 gold, Gambler's Brew. This is a nice potion to be able to use. It's especially good if you are being attacked for a lot of damage and you have no defense cards. It gives you the opportunity to potentially get some defense cards. So let's take a look here at our cards. Dual Wield would probably be the best card for later on in the game. We're going to take Thunderclap because making enemies vulnerable is always nice and it hits all of our enemies. Okay, first event. Okay, 50 gold to remove a card. We don't need to heal, obviously we're at full health, so let's remove a card. So we just added a Thunderclap to our deck. So we have more attacks than we do defense cards. So let's go ahead and get rid of a strike. So now we've got 10 cards, and we've got 6 attack and 4 defense. And then we're going to go ahead and take this next event. Let's see what we get. Okay, so basically we can give them a card. So essentially any card that we give them here is going to basically be removed from our deck. If you give them a better card, you can get better rewards, but I like to use this particular event to get rid of a card I don't want. So let's go ahead and get rid of another strike card. We're going to be getting a lot of attack cards. So this also means that we'll be able to get to our Thunderclap a little bit faster. We've had 2 pretty good events. Let's go ahead and do a fight though. So we've got this guy here. He basically gets stronger as the fight goes on. So we're going to make him vulnerable, so he's going to take 50% more damage. So now instead of doing 6 points, it's going to do 9. And we're going to try our best to do a lot of damage next turn. We're going to get a thunderclap on them, which means that he's going to be more vulnerable again. So we're going to keep the vulnerable on him. And then we'll do a strike, and then another strike. We're going to take 6 points of damage, but don't forget, we heal 6 at the end of our turn. We're going to definitely going to get 1 strike in our hand next turn, and maybe another. Nope. Okay. Unfortunately, we won't be able to kill him this turn, but we'll definitely be able to kill him next turn because all we have is attack cards. So we'll block his damage. Now, we have 1 block left over, but block does not carry over into the next round. There we go. Nice and easy. We're going to heal the 6 hit points we lost. 15 gold. Nice. This is a wonderful potion. Allows us to take a card that we've discarded and play it again when we need to. It's like an emergency card. It's really nice. Okay. Let's take a look at this. These exhaust cards basically allows you to use the card 1 time, and then it goes into your exhaust pile, so you can't use it anymore. Let's go ahead. Do I want Flex? Flex can be nice, but I'm gonna go ahead and skip it for now. Flex is really good for multi-hit attacks, Whirlwind or Twin Strike or things of that nature, but I don't have any of those cards in my hand, so I'm gonna skip it. I don't need to get the card. I like how my deck's going so far. So let's go ahead and see what this next event is. And it's a fight. Pretty nice here. We can hit all of our enemies for 4 points, and then we're going to go ahead and we know that these are our cards next turn, which means we're going to have a bash and 2 strikes. So I can kill this guy next turn easily. So instead I'm going to use this strike to do a little bit more damage to the bigger guy. And then we'll get 5 block to defend. So he basically licked, which makes me frail, which means that my block is 25% less effective for 1 turn. Now, neither of these guys are attacking me, so I don't even need to defend. So we'll go ahead and deal 8 damage, and we'll kill him. And the next turn, we'll be able to kill this guy. He's going to weaken me, but my strikes will still do 4 points of damage right there, and that will take care of him. Okay, piece of cake. Okay, gold, another potion. This is nice. Energy potion, that means I can use 2 energy at any point to help me if I need more offense or defense. Okay, Cleave, Warcry, or I have to choose between armaments and Cleave. Cleave is great against mobs. You know, obviously the more enemies there are, the better this is. Armaments is nice because it'll upgrade all the cards in your hand and gives you a little bit of block. I don't have a lot of cards right now. We'll go ahead and go with armaments, so that way I can get upgrades. I don't need to rest. I've got full health, and even if I didn't have full health, I would still probably here. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade armaments, and the reason why, the description of this is you gain 5 block, which is good, but then you can upgrade a single card in your hand for the rest of combat. But when you upgrade this, you can upgrade all cards in your hand for the rest of combat. So it's a really nice card, which makes all your cards more powerful. I'm really tempted to fight this elite. I'm at full health. I'm feeling pretty good with my attacks and stuff like that. And if I do that, I get another fire and then a fire afterwards. Let's just go ahead and fight this elite. I know I said don't fight elites, but okay. So essentially what this guy does, well, he's going to buff. So we're going to first use armaments to upgrade all of our cards, and then we're going to go ahead and strike and hit him for 9 points of damage. I don't need to play these defenses because he's not attacking me. So what is he going to do here? Okay, what he's going to do is whenever I play a skill card, he's going to gain 2 strength, which means that every time I play a defense, he's going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. So what we're going to do is we need to do a lot of damage to him as quickly as possible. He's currently slated to hit me for 14 points of damage, which is quite a bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use some of these potions here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to bring back in the armament. Now, this of course means that he's going to do 2 more points of damage every attack, but this is going to up our cards here. Okay, so now we've upgraded our cards. Let's go ahead and do as much damage as we can to him. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit him with a thunderclap because I want him to be vulnerable for as many turns as possible, and then we're going to hit him again with a bash. So basically he's going to be vulnerable for 4 turns, which means he's going to take 50 more damage for the next few turns. And I've got all these strikes here, so let's go ahead and we'll play the bash again, and we'll play the strike. And he's going to hit me for 8 more points of damage. I could use my energy potion to do a little bit more damage, but I won't. I know I'm going to get a strike and a thunderclap in the next round. I won't be able to kill him next round, but afterwards I should be able to. Okay, so we're going to hit him with a thunderclap. We're going to hit him with a strike. So now I have to decide here, okay, he's going to hit me for 24 points of damage. What I'm going to do is, because I know I'm going to be able to kill him next turn, he only has 4 health left, I'm going to go ahead and use, which one of these do I want to use here? We're going to go ahead and we're going to use Gamble. And we're going to get rid of all these defense cards. So all I need is a defensive card. There we go. There's a strike, and he's not too bad. I got 6 health back, so I only lost 13 health total. I get 28 gold, and I get a relic. And the relic I get is a mango, which means that I'm going to be able to increase my max hit points by 14, but it also is going to heal me for 14 when I pick that up. So that 67 is actually going to go over to 81. So now I've started, because I did this, I'm starting with more hit points than I was even available to me beforehand. So this was absolutely the right thing to do. And then these elites also give you potentially rarer cards. So in this case here, we've got Blood for Blood, Shrug It Off, and Rampage. Rampage is a great card. We're going to go ahead and take that card. And now we have another fire. And we could heal ourselves because we are down 13 health. But let's go ahead and smith. Let's upgrade that Rampage. So what happens here is it deals 8 points of damage, but after you use it, it's going to increase by 8 points. So it's going to do 8 points, then 16, then 24, then 32. This can be a really powerful card if you can play it a lot. Okay, we're doing really well here. I am tempted to go this route because I might want to fight that other elite. So this is a treasure chest. You get 1 treasure chest per act. Let's see what we get here. Frozen Egg. Whenever you add a power card into your deck, you up. This can be very nice. Okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade another card. We will upgrade our... We want to upgrade our Bash or our Thunderclap. Looking at our thing here, we've got a couple more battles. Let's go ahead and upgrade our Thunderclap, just because Bash takes 2, so we're just not going to consistently use it as much because we only have 3 hit points. Now I have to decide, do I want to do another fight? We've got more hit points than we started with. We've got some nice cards here. A lot of them are upgraded. We have this Rampage card, which is really going to help. So let's go ahead and let's do this. We're going to go ahead and fight this elite. So this elite, he's metallicized, which means that he's going to gain 8 defense every single turn. But what we're going to do here is we're going to do armaments. But he's sleeping right now. As long as we don't do health damage to him, he's going to stay sleeping for a couple of turns. So we're going to do armaments here first to upgrade all of these cards. Great. And then I don't want to do actual damage to him, so we're just going to end the turn. Hopefully we'll get a Rampage without a Thunderclap on this turn here. Oh well. So if I play the Thunderclap to make him vulnerable, I'm going to do more than 8 points of damage. But now with Rampage, I can do 8 points of damage. You can see here, it's not going to wake him up. Now if I go and look at my discard, you can see my Rampage is now going to do 16 points of damage next time. So I don't want to do anything else. I don't want to hurt him. So we're going to go ahead and end turn. What I'm hoping for is next turn, when I get my draw, I get a Thunderclap and the Rampage to do a ton of damage to him. Okay, well that didn't happen here. So we're going to go ahead and play this armaments to get all of these guys here. So now pretty much every card I have is upgraded. So now we're going to go ahead and fight. So I'm going to do a bash to make him vulnerable. And then I'm going to do a Rampage. So we're going to do a ton of damage to him right off the bat. So he's now vulnerable. He's going to take 50% more damage. So this is going to hit him for 24 points of damage. And when, again, it's going to get more powerful. So you can see now it's going to do 24 points of damage next time I get to play. So now I have to decide what I'm going to take 18 points of damage. Let's go ahead and use this energy here to mitigate this damage by a bit. All right, so I'm only going to take 5 points of damage. Okay, so he's going to hit me again for a lot. So I have to decide again, how do I want to play this? Let's go ahead and we'll mitigate damage again, and we'll hit him for 13. And again, it'll be nice to get a Thunderclap and a Rampage in the same hand. Okay, excellent. So he's going to do something here. He's going to do a negative effect on me. It's not a good one. So let's get as much damage in as we can. We'll do the Thunderclap first to make him vulnerable. We're going to hit him now for 36 points of damage. And then we have 1 hit point left, and we can hit him for 13, which means we have a strike in our hand, so we beat him next turn. So we're going to get 6 of our health back. We did use our energy potion, but that's it. And we lost 1 hit point. Okay, so let's see what we get. Gold, and we get a peace pipe. You can now remove cards from your deck at rest stations. This can be good. Okay, and we look at here. Okay, so Fire Fiend here is basically being able to exhaust your hand, and you can deal a lot of damage. So, and if you upgrade it, you can do even more damage. So this can be a nice card. You can be like, why do you want to exhaust your hand? Well, some enemies give you bad status cards. Sometimes you might not want the cards in your hand, and you want to exhaust them so you can get to your better cards. Clash, 0 cost, but you can only play if there's attack in your hand. So let's take a look here. We've got 1, 2, we've got 4 defense. Everything else is attack. Actually, we have armaments too. So there's a little bit of a risk to play Clash, but we don't have a lot of skill cards. We have mostly attack. I think it's pretty safe to maybe get this one, especially if we can maybe get rid of some of the defense cards in our hand. Okay, this would have been a nice one to have cleave because we've got these enemies here. But let's go ahead and we'll kind of play this safe. We're going to do 2 defenses and we'll attack one of them. So which one are we going to attack? Let's attack this guy here because he'll be the easiest one to kill next turn. He only has 6 health. Problem is I'm weakened, so I'm going to do 25% less damage for the next 2 turns. Okay, but now I can go ahead and use this Clash, and I can use the Rampage. So first of all, we're going to use this Thunderclap to do damage to everyone, and also make them vulnerable. Okay, now I'm going to use this Defense card. Now because of that, I can use this Clash. So this is going to do 10 points of damage, plus additional 5 due to vulnerability, which means that I can kill either one of these guys here. So it doesn't really matter, they're both the same, they're both doing the same amount of damage to me. So we'll go ahead and kill that guy. And then we're going to go ahead and kill this guy as well. So I'm going to take 5 points, but I have 5 shield, so I'll take no damage. Which means that, looking at my cards, I'll almost be able to kill him next turn. If I get 2 strikes, I can win. Nope. So I'll upgrade this strike, and that's all I'll do, and the next turn I will kill him. Okay, not bad. And I will get 6 health back. And so I'll be at 85 health, 19 gold. Okay, let's see what I got here. You know what? Why don't I just take another Clash? We're gonna go kind of heavy on the Clashes. Clashes are good early game. I don't know if they're really good later on in the game, but we're only gonna go through Act 1. Okay, so I've got a merchant here. I have $176 or gold. So what do I want to do here? Headbutt. Headbutt is a phenomenal card with Rampage. So this deals 9 damage, but then you can put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. So what that means is, if you play your Headbutt, play your Rampage, right? And so then, you get this increase in damage. It'll be in your discard pile. And then when you play Headbutt, you can put the Rampage back on top of your draw pile, so then you can play it again the next turn. So having a Headbutt next to a Rampage makes your Rampage a lot more powerful. So the synergy between Headbutt and Rampage is pretty big. So we're going to go ahead and pick that one up. The next one is True Grit. It can be really nice to get rid of cards that you don't want. Metallicize is a power. You'll notice that it's green. It's already upgraded. And the reason why it's upgraded is because of this frozen egg here. So basically, this is a permanent 4 block that I get, once I play it, which will be nice. So let's go ahead and get this power, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove. We're going to kind of go all offense against this guy here. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this defend here. Kind of knowing who your enemy is for this character, you want to be able to do a lot of damage quickly, and I think that we've got a good build for that. Okay, let's go ahead and fight this guy here. And unfortunately, our Headbutt is coming before our Rampage. That's a little bit disappointing, but it's fine. We'll go ahead and we'll defend once, and then we're going to attack this guy. He's upgrading himself, so he's going to be more powerful next turn. And then we'll bring... I don't actually want either of these cards in to my hand, but we'll go ahead and bring the strike in. So we're going to take 1 point of damage, and that guy is going to buff himself, so he's going to do 3 more damage. Okay, wow. So I'm going to be able to play all of these cards here. So let's go ahead and... let's see, this says 8. So the easiest way would be to play this strike and this strike to kill him. And then Rampage, Clash, and Clash. There we go. Look at that. So now I'm at 90 out of 94. So we got that nice relic, the mango, and which is really going to help. Okay, so finally... So earlier I had a chance to get that flex card, which would increase my strength by 2, or if I upgraded it, increase my strength by 4 for 1 turn. That's really, really good for a card like Pummel. The reason why is Pummel would hit 5 times. It only does 2 damage 5 times, but if you use a flex, it would do 6 damage 5 times. So this right here could do 30 points of damage with an upgraded flex and an upgraded Pummel. So that's the synergy, but I don't have flex, so I'm not going to get that. Body Slam, if I upgrade it, it's a 0 cost card, and it can equal damage, damage equal to my block. But I don't have a lot of block cards. And this can apply weak to everyone, which can be nice. I'm not going to need it for this boss fight, but this would be a good card later on, so I'll pick it up for now. Now, though, I can get rid of a card from my deck. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use this. I could upgrade the Intimidate or the Headbutt or the Clash, but instead, I'm going to go ahead and use this to get rid of a strike card, because these strikes are not very good. I'd rather get to some of my other cards faster. Okay, so let's go ahead and fight this boss. Essentially what you want to do is we want to do 30 points of damage to him, and that's going to move him into a defensive mode. So let's go ahead though and do Metallicize first. This will give me 4 block at the end of my turn, every single turn for the rest of combat. So I know I can always have at least 4 defense. Next, we're going to do a bash on him to make him vulnerable. And then we're going to do a clash. So because he's vulnerable, he takes 50% more damage. So this 0 point card is going to do 21 points of damage. We're going to go ahead and end turn. You can see now he's got his mode shift is at 1. So as soon as I do at least 1 point of damage, he's going to take it. What I'm going to do though is I'm going to make. Do I want to do this? I'm going to make him weak, just to get this card out of my hand. This exhausts, and I don't really want it. But we're going to do a Thunderclap to make him vulnerable. And then we're going to use the Rampage here to make it stronger for next turn. So he's going to go into this defensive mode, this thing called Sharp Hide. Basically what it means is every time that you hit him with an attack, he's going to hit you back for 3 points of damage. So how are we going to play this here? What I really want to do is play the Headbutt, so that way I can bring the Rampage back into my hand. But because we had to shuffle, my Rampage is now in my draw. So Headbutt is kind of worthless in this case. So I kind of want to play this Clash card. So first we're going to do Armament. Okay. Then we're going to play these 2 Defend cards. Okay, and then finally we're going to play this 18-point Clash, which becomes 27 points again because he is vulnerable. Alright. So his vulnerability is worn off, but I'll probably get both Bash and Thunder Clap in my thing I did. So now I have to decide, what do I want to do here? Let's play this defense card. So again, I haven't taken any damage, I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of damage on this turn, so that way he's going to be vulnerable for a few turns. So we're going to go ahead and do a Thunderclap. Okay, and then we're going to do a Bash. Then we're going to do a Clash. So I'm going to take a good amount of damage, but it doesn't really matter because all I have to do is kill him before he kills me. Remember, when you beat the Act boss, you get all your hit points back when you start the next act. So I can do, he's going to hit me for 20 points of damage, but we'll go ahead and we'll defend twice here. And then with my Metallicize, I'll be able to mitigate all of his damage. So I'm not going to take any damage, and now I can make my Rampage even stronger. Now what's exciting is, in theory, I'll get a Headbutt next turn. And if so, that means I can bring my Rampage back into my hand. Okay, so let's go ahead and play the Armament, so that way I can upgrade that Clash and the Bash. Then we're going to do the Thunderclap, and then we're going to do the Headbutt, and we're going to take Rampage and bring it back in. So that way I'm going to be able to draw it next turn, going to do a ton of damage, and finally we're going to hit him with this Clash, again for 27 points of damage because he is vulnerable. Alright, doing good so far. And you can see now he's moved into this sharp hide thing, so every time I attack him, he's going to hit me for 3 points of damage. Let's go ahead and play this Armaments. It's going to give me 5 block. It's also going to upgrade this strike. And now we're just going to go ahead and we're just going to do a lot of damage to him. We'll take damage in return, but we're hitting him for a lot of damage. And so it'll be okay. I don't want to use that strike though. So probably won't kill him this turn, but I probably will kill him the next. Now, cool. So I've got the Headbutt again. I've got my Rampage, which is now doing 32 points of damage. So we're going to go ahead and let's do a Bash. Again, I'm going to take a good amount of damage here, but we're going to do a Bash to make him vulnerable for next turn. And then we're going to do a Headbutt to bring this Rampage back into our hand. So I take a lot of damage this turn, but he dies next turn. He has only 19 health. I've got 50, and I'm going to hit him for a massive amount of damage there. 48 points of damage for 1 point because I've been using the Rampage and he is vulnerable. So there you have it. Walking through, and we did really well. We could have probably beaten him without taking much damage at all, but again, your health gets healed all the way when you start the next act, so it's fine. Let's take a look at our cards. This obviously is a nice defensive card. Double tap, your next attack is played twice. If you upgrade it, your next 2 attacks are played twice. So think of that double tap if we'd had this with our Rampage. You know, we could have hit something using that one Rampage twice for all that. So I really like double tap. It's a good card. And then we take a look at our relic that we get to take into our... So this is interesting here. If you're fighting elites, this is good. The elites on Act 2 are hard if you don't have AoE things like Cleave that can hit multiple enemies at the same time. This means that we can't smith anymore. So we take a look here, and because we have armaments, that's not as big of a deal, right? You saw in that last fight, we were able to upgrade pretty much all of our cards just using this armaments card. So that's actually a really nice relic where we get an extra energy per. And then the Astrolabe can be nice because we can turn these bad strikes and defenses into potentially cool cards. So, but having the extra energy is really good. I'd go ahead and select that, and then we move on to Act 2. So this is, again, how you can go through and make some card choices and route choices, and then beat the Guardian. Hopefully this was helpful, and I will probably do a couple more of these. I'm hoping to get a different boss, so that way I can show what some of the other Act 1 bosses are. Anyway, have a great day. Bye.